Bro, why you have to ruin my building montage like that? These guys always jump scare me. I think they're creepers because they don't make any noise and then suddenly they just appear. Well, welcome to the next episode of All the Mods 9. Last episode we worked on this windmill using the create mod, and today we're going to be trying to get some power sources out of it. And now I'm being interrupted by the cows, so we're going to turn you guys down even more. Anyways, let's see what trades we got. Ooh. Well, that's interesting. It's a low gravity chest plate too. That's pretty neat. Max health. Yeah, eventually when we get some good emerald generation, it's going to be pretty helpful. Anyways, so we set up a vertical gearbox on the side of this windmill so that we could take the rotational force that we've been getting and put it down here so it's a little bit easier to use. We might actually have to move it a little bit further to the side, but for now this is pretty good, and it doesn't look too terrible. I tried to make it so that it's right on the end of the windmill, so it's not like taking up too much space. And then down here is where we can put some of the gears. We could even put another vertical gearbox right here and then extend it out like this. And basically what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up using let's see. So let's just search the create mod. Yeah, so we're going to be using these cogwheels, and if you put a large cogwheel, let's see if I can actually find it. If you put a large cogwheel next to a small cogwheel, just like that, it actually ends up doubling the speed at which the cogwheel rotates. We're going to be using that trick in order to generate more power out of this windmill than its current rotational force. Because as you can see right now, this thing's rotating pretty slow. If I was to hook up an alternator to this thing, it would be generating next to no power. So what I think we're going to end up doing is we're going to place one more of these, and then we're going to make another gearbox. So I think we'll keep it like this. Extend another gearbox out like this, and then we're going to put a couple cog wheels together here, and that's going to be how we're going to generate some power. So yeah, right into it. So I just thought about this. I wonder what happens if you try to use a sleeping bag in the Nether. I imagine that it it would be exactly the same as if you would use a bed in the Nether, but there is just a little curious part in me that wants to try it out. But I'm not gonna do it. But I'm thinking about it. We've finally done it. We defeated the guest with its own fireball. Let's go. Defeat the magma cube. Defeat. 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 Oh, nice. These work as vines. That's pretty helpful. Any quartz? Oh, there's some quartz. Give me some quartz. Gas to number 2. Come on. First time. First try. First try. First try. Come on. Oh, so close. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. I really should just start bringing arrows to the Nether with me. But I'm not one for planning ahead. Evidently. I'm gonna shoot my Nether portal out one of these days. Okay, so you're moving that way. Oh my gosh, bro, you're strafe dodging me. There we go. That's better. Come on. Gotta improve our Minecraft skills here. Come on. Can't just be being scrubs that can't hit gas. That almost fell in the lava. Run past the pigs, run past the pigs, run past the pigs. Don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me. Hide. Run. Don't attack me. Don't do it. One of these days I really just need to find a good andesite vein, so I don't have to do this, but for now, quartz is a very good option. But one thing that I am going to do eventually, oh, whoops, it's not that way, is I'm going to set up some bees from the Productive Bees mod, and we're going to be getting some nether quartz that way. And that's going to be very helpful, so stay tuned for that. The other thing that I've really been enjoying lately is I've been enjoying how much you guys have been interacting on the community posts. That's been super awesome and super encouraging to be able to do this. Okay, so it's 4 of these, 4 of these. And I have actually been reading those, so make sure you guys keep voting on the polls and community posts because I read every single one of them, and they're actually very enjoyable for me to see how they do. So, obviously the main one that I've been focusing on is, well, actually I've been focusing on all of them, so I can't really say that, but I've noticed that there's a specific way that you guys want me to build, and that's super cool. You guys like the more Japanese style housing over the castle or the kind of traditional farmhouse, so I'm going to be trying to focus on that. And the main one that I have incorporated into this episode is trying to do building in the format that I did in episode 2 with the more montagey style. Let's see if I can... Bro, come on, you already broke one of my crops. Yeah, so I'm incorporating more of that style of just doing it like half off camera, not as much commentary, but still including some of the building elements. I think that's a really good way for me to do it too. I've kept this series pretty casual in terms of the amount of editing. Normally I just kind of use a pause feature on my OBS in order to get things to work like that. But for now, I've been going into the post footage for as little time as possible, but I did read a comment that told me that I should be doing a little bit more post footage editing, and I will get back into that. But the main thing that I like about this series and the fact that I've recorded already 8 episodes worth and it's been daily uploads is a really big thing for me, and part of the reason why I've been able to do it is because I haven't had to edit as much. It's been kind of the biggest barrier. Ah, those destroyed my sunflowers too. It's kind of been the biggest barrier of recording YouTube videos for me is the amount of editing that I have to do. But with this series, I don't have to do as much. So anyways, rant on that over, and thanks for the, well, not rant, but thanks for the overwhelming amount of support that I've been getting as well. It's been kind of insane watching how many people have come to my channel recently because of that. So super cool, and I hope you guys stay along for the ride because this is very enjoyable for me. So I'm going to keep doing it. So I love the series, and anyways, let's get back into the productive swing of things. So one barrier for today's episode is we're going to be needing to make a lot of these mechanical crafters because the way that we're going to be generating power using the create mod is through the alternator. So the alternator is built like this, but obviously it's not a 3x3 crafting grid, so it's actually going to require these mechanical crafters. Now, I'm not going to explain how they work right now because it's going to be a lot easier to explain them when I have them out on the field. But basically the gist of things is it requires rotational force in order to function, and all of the crafters have to face an exit. And I'll show you what that means when we get to it. So to craft these, we're going to need a brass casing, a crafting table, and an electron tube. Now, these are crafted using polished rose quartz and an iron plate. So we can go ahead and do that. Iron plate is just crafted with a hammer and an iron ingot. I wonder how easy it is to craft this hammer. Well, we'll actually just go ahead and do that because that's going to save us a lot more iron down the line here. So let's go. This, is it 2 sticks? Yes, it is. All right. So we'll go ahead and take that. So each of these, this crafting recipe is 3. We need 12. So we're going to need 4 electron tubes. Now to get this polished rose quartz, we have to make this rose quartz first. And then we're actually going to be needing some sandpaper. So let's go ahead and get this rose quartz first. Just going to take some... Oh, I don't have any redstone. We're going to have to get that. I keep on forgetting that I have these step shoes that let me step up. I keep on jumping, but I don't actually need to, which is awesome. Zombie. The daylight, it burns. Creeper. Aww. Man. Holy crap. That lava was going down so far. Have you guys ever watched those videos where they do those, like, giant builds just by putting, like, a big, like a bucket of lava that pours over a crap ton of ground, and then they just pour water over it and create these giant cobblestone structures? That's what I feel like I just did, and it looks... It's hilarious. I did not know this lava was going this far. That's awesome. I found some lapis, but not some redstone. Also, I just want you guys to know that I watched over the episode where I went mining again recently, and I did realize that the video was really dark, so I am going to prioritize trying to get a night vision helmet so that next time we have to go caving, it's going to be a little bit more bearable. Well, besides this time, but luckily, I think I see... Oh, no, that's resonating ore. Lame sauce. Let's see if we can get past this necromancer. Oh, good, he left. That's good. There's some redstone. Go ahead and get that real quick. Clear out the area a little bit. There's some diamonds as well. Goodness gracious. Just a little bit. We're actually going to need quite a bit for this. Oh, there's some more. That's good. Boom. More redstone. Oh my gosh. Of course, now there's tons of it. I wonder how much I actually walked past in that last episode. Holy crap, there's so many diamonds here too. That's awesome. Make some more torches real quick. Like I said in the mining episode, I almost don't want to pick some of these up because I don't have fortune yet. But then again, we'll probably just end up getting diamond bees later, so it's not a huge deal. All right, over a stack of redstone. That is going to make us 8 of that quartz stuff. That is enough because we only need 4, but let's go ahead and go a little bit further just because we're here, but I'll just go ahead and cut to the chase here. Ooh, we found a mine shaft. That's pretty neat. And it looks like... Oh, no, that's nothing. Never mind. But there's a mine shaft, so that is pretty cool. But we are out of torches, so I'm definitely not going to go any further. I'm going to go ahead and head back now. Diamond! Boom. It occurs to me that the redstone is not the only thing that I was looking for here. I noticed that in some of the crafting recipes, I'm actually going to be needing some zinc. I need to figure out what that looks like real quick. Oh, and just as I was about to open my crafting menu, there it is. And that is a huge vein. All right, I think that's going to be plenty for our business today. All right, we have escaped the caves. Now, I do apologize because I am not quite as energetic as I have been in some past episodes, and that is mostly due to the fact that I got some blood work done today. So I had to get some blood work done because soon I'm going to have another doctor's appointment to see if I can get a diagnosis for ADHD. And that's going to be very helpful for staying on track. But basically, we had to get some blood work done to make sure it's not something worse first. So if I seem a little less energetic, it's because I am tired, because I got a bunch of blood sucked out of me. So that's cool. All right, let's get started on getting some of these things ready. So here we go. Let's take this and make 4 rose quartz. All right, next course of action, sandpaper. So we make sand and paper. All right, so we have some sand. Let's just take 1 for now, and we will take some sugar canes. We actually need to plant those soon, and we'll go ahead and make some paper. Boom, sand, and paper. Kablamo. So how we do this, I actually had to test this out in a creative world because I couldn't figure it out. Basically, you hold the sandpaper, or you hold one of them in your offhand, and you hold one of them in your main hand, and you just hold right click, and bam. you use the sandpaper to turn the rose quartz into polished rose quartz. And now, as we're doing this, we have some zinc cooking up, so that's awesome. So now we're going to go ahead and be able to use this rose quartz. Oh, yeah, that's what we needed the zinc for. So this brass casing, how you make this is you can use a deployer, which is kind of like an automatic way to do this, but the other way you can do it is you can take a stripped log and put a brass ingot on top of it, and it will create the brass casing. So here we go. We're going to need 4 of those. So let's go ahead and take 4 logs. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go ahead and strip those logs, and then we're going to head and take some of that. Combine it with this. I'm pretty sure you just put it together and it makes new. How do you do that? I tried to memorize it. It's copper and zinc. Okay. So it's 3 copper to each 1 zinc. So I do not need nearly this much zinc. I grabbed plenty for the future. I'm pretty sure you actually have to use a crafting table. So let's go ahead and do that. Boom. Okay, brass ingots. So let's take the brass ingots and go bam, 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 bam. Boom! There we go. The brass age. So now we got 4 of those brass casings. Now we just have to make 4 crafting tables. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we go ahead, go over here, and make these electron tubes. So we're going to go ahead and take some iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put some lapis back in here. Manage our inventory a little bit better. So we take the hammer, take the iron, and 4 iron plates. Huge. Now we go ahead and do this. Go to the mechanical crafter, and we make 1 electron tube because they don't stack. It means I'm going to have to manage my inventory. Okay, so we took some things out of our inventory so that we can make more of these. Oh, wait, we have to make these first. Put this like this, and bam. Oh, they do stack. I don't know why it did that then. That was kind of strange. So I take this, and we take these, and boom, 12 mechanical crafters. That's going to be very, very helpful. Not just helpful, required for what we're about to do. All right, so that's step 1. Now we have to actually get all the materials. So these iron plates are very easy. We got through that already. A capacitor is going to take a copper plate and a zinc plate, as well as a redstone torch. So how many of those do we need? It looks like we just need 1. So we'll go ahead and make a redstone torch. We're going to need a copper and a zinc. We'll go ahead and make... Oh, can't use that hammer for that. Can we use this one? That means we're going to need 2. Go ahead and take 2 copper like this. Put this like that and make a copper plate. And then we'll go ahead and make a zinc plate the same way. And then make a capacitor. Cool. That's our first step. Iron rod's super simple as well. You just go ahead and take iron ore hammer and smash it like that. Alternatively, you can take 2 iron plates and make 4. Or take 2 iron ingots and make 4. I think I will go final option. Boom. Iron rod. Very good. Andesite alloy, we have some. That's good. Next up is a copper spool. So to make the empty spool, we just need 2 plates and a nugget. We have that. And put this in our inventory so we can make the plates. Then go to a crafting table. Like this. No, it's upside. There we go. Make some spools. And then I'm going to make copper wires. So with that, we're going to need a rolling mill. That is super simple. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so we made the rolling mill. Now what we need to do is we actually need to use the rolling mill. So this is actually going to be the first opportunity that we have to use our windmill for something actually useful. So let's go ahead and do that. First, we're going to need to make some copper plates in preparation. How many of these are we going to need? So these each take 4. We need 3, so we need 12 copper wires. You get 2 copper wires per copper plate. Now, I happen to know that you need 2 copper ingots for each. So, looks like we're going to need 12 because it ends up evening out. So we'll go ahead and do this, split it like that. We get 6 copper plates. And now let's go ahead and see if this works. All right, so looks like we got this connected up. Let's see if we can put the copper plate in here and see if it works. I wonder if I just meant to drop it in. Aha! There it is. Let's go ahead and drop all of them, see if we can do all of them at once. Now, I assume this is going to be very slow because we don't have very much rotational force, so I'll be back when it's done. All right, so we have woken up on this fine morning, the sun behind the trees, and I went ahead and right-clicked this thing, and it looks like it was done. It gave us all 12 copper wires, which is awesome. It only took us about 30 seconds, which in the grand scheme of things, if you're waiting, it's pretty boring to wait for that, but I was not waiting. I was sleeping, so it's nice. Time passes very quickly when you're asleep. All right, so we got, looks like we have all of the materials necessary to craft this thing. The last thing we have to do is go ahead and get these iron plates necessary, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Take the iron plates. I do think this is still a good investment, even though it doesn't work on all of the materials. But anyways, now we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to see if this works. If it doesn't work, then I think I'm going to have to go ahead and do the cogwheel stuff a little bit earlier than I was expecting, which is fine, because I'm going to have to do it anyways. So let's go ahead and take this out. Go ahead and start to put this stuff in. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and place this dirt down first. Take this out. I want the exit facing this direction. Can it even take rotational force this way? No, it cannot. So I don't want it facing that way. I'm facing... Let's have it facing down. Okay, so you see how the arrow is pointing that way? All of the mechanical crafters need to eventually point towards this thing. And it actually seems like we don't have enough rotational force. You see this gear isn't turning at all? I'm thinking that we're going to need a little bit extra. Or maybe I just need to face it. Oh, that is nice that you can craft it, though. Maybe I actually have to do it this way. On one moment. Still not all. Well, let me see if I can figure this out, and then I'll get back to you. Oh my gosh, this wandering trader trades a beacon for 25 emeralds. That seems a little OP. Sheesh. But these guys are getting in my way so much. It's actually incredible. But, anyways, it actually seems like we do have this set up properly. Let's see if it actually works, though. So my guess is we're not going to have enough rotational force. I'm going to have to redo this, but if that is the case, I'm not too disappointed about it. So let's go ahead and basically how this works is we just have to set all the stuff where it's supposed to go. Place that there. We'll go ahead and place that there. And then the last thing we need is the iron tool rod. Okay, so it looks like we don't have enough rotational force. So let's fix that. Yo, there's 2 of them. Bro, I can't handle how many of these guys there are. That's actually ridiculous. I want them to go away because they're actually just pushing me around everywhere. I'm pretty sure there's actually a way to get rid of them. Also, I think I figured out what the issue is. So these don't take rotational force from the shafts. You actually have to turn it into gears, and that's what's going to allow us to do that. So let's actually see if we can do this real quick. So let's take some wood. Let's take... Oh, wait, no, it's not the alloy. You actually take the shaft, and then that makes a cogwheel. So let's go ahead and put this cogwheel onto this and go out of the way. So that's not going to work. But let's see what I think will. So what if I make this like a large cogwheel? Go ahead and craft a large cogwheel. I think those are made with 4 wood planks and a shaft. It's just 2? It is just 2. Okay. So 2 makes a large cogwheel. And then if I put a small one next to the large one. Not doing anything right now, but let's see what happens if I move this stuff. Aha, so here we go. So if we move all of this stuff, we'll be able to make this work. So I'll go ahead and do this process with you guys. So here's how we're going to end up doing this. So I end up looking at the crafting recipe a lot here. So looks like we're going to need this big line right here. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I broke a thing in the ground here, and you see how they have these like black arrows pointing towards everything? That's how we're going to be able to get everything to the same exit. So it goes like this, goes like this, and we'll have an arrow right there. Now we have these cogwheels set up right here so that we're actually able to get this rotating. So now all that's left to do is we do this just like we did before. Put the copper spools like this. Put the andesite alloy on top, I believe, and then put the tool rod in the middle. If we did this right. But we have enough rotational force. That is the question. And I might not have an answer. Come on, let's try this again. I'm gonna get so many face palms about this. It looks like that is correct. It should be going all to one exit, but I think we do need more rotational energy. Oh no, it's going. It's just going really slow. And there we have it. After a long wait, we have an alternator. All right, now this episode has gone on a bit long, which is fine, because I did really want to get this done before we finish that episode. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed going through the process with me on Create, because that was a little complicated, but that's kind of the name of the mod. I mean, the name of the mod is Create, not complicated, but the mod ends up being pretty complicated. But the nice thing is, after you kind of get into some of this stuff, it ends up being a little bit simpler. So each time you learn something like this, everything in the mod kind of connects together, and it's going to get easier for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to be doing more of this stuff later. I guess I best see if this even creates any power yet. I'll go ahead and put this on. Yeah, it says, it appears that the alternator is not rotating with enough speed. So next episode, we're going to be getting into making this a little bit faster and allowing us to generate some power, our first power. So I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.